Is this how it ends? Is this how it ends? Everything goes to hell?
I don't know. Hey guys, we are Nights. I'm Ray.
I'm Julien.
Julien, do you like dark comedy?
Yeah.
Do you like black and white movies?
Yeah.
Are you a big fan of the Manhattan Project?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I have something in store for you, my friend. There's a movie called Dr. Strangelove that is a dark comedy with some heavy hitters of the time.
Okay.
That I've never seen, you've never seen, because I know you've never seen it, just by the look in your face, that has been coming up on our comment section a couple of times.
And this isn't Benedict Cumberbatch? Like, we're not going to...
None of that. None of that. Not Doctor Strange, but Doctor Strangelove.
Oh, okay.
Or, How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. So, it seems to be a dark comedy about the creation of the nuke. And I don't know if it's, like, based off of true facts and made into a dark thing, or it's completely fictional or something like that. Because I do know that, like, there's some military movies that are comedy, but they're based off of things that actually happen.
Right.
Like there's a movie, I know there's a movie that's out there was George Clooney, where the Department of Defense had a whole division for psychics.
You know, there was also a really good comedy with George Clooney where he dresses in tights and acts like a hero.
I never heard of it.
It's called Batman and Robin. But I had you going.
This movie here is considered one of the best movies of the time. Uh-huh. You know, there's also made the AFI list of movies of greatest movies ever.
Oh, really? Okay.
So, pretty high ratings in this movie, and there's some familiar name like George C. Scott's in this movie.
Okay.
I've seen snippets of this movie, not because I've gone out and looked for it. It's like I've seen it because it's been referenced in other movies.
Okay.
You know, or certain scenes have been referenced in other movies. You know, or sometimes when I listen to shows on the radio or on podcasts, people will reference this movie a couple of times. So I've seen, like, I don't know anything about it, but I've seen, I guess, some of the probably the most iconic scenes on this movie.
Got you.
If it pops up, you've probably seen it yourself. You're like, okay, I think I've seen that before.
Or I would understand the reference.
Yeah, and never knew that it came from this movie.
Got you.
But with that said, this is called Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. That is a heck of a title.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's been shortened to Dr. Strangelove. Whatever, guys, let's check this out.
Okay, so this seemed like it was a big deal for them to have a disclaimer on it.
Yeah. The people really thought this, maybe they thought this was really real.
Maybe.
Oh my goodness. Before Sony.
Yeah. You know, she was the only model that walked in there. Had no modeling experience at anything. Went in there, did one take, and that's what we have as Columbia Pictures now.
Intelligence sources traced the site of the top secret Russian project. What they were building, or why it should be located in such a remote and desolate place, no one could say.
Interesting.
Is it that foggy? All the time?
I guess.
By the way, this technology, the fact that we can fuel other planes while in flight, astounds me to no end.
Absolutely. Stanley Kubrick!
Another one!
Do you remember having to do this?
I remember that type of paper.
Ah, okay.
Group Captain Mandrake speaking.
This is General Ripper speaking.
Yes, sir.
You recognize my voice, Mandrake?
I do, sir. Why do you ask?
Why do you think I ask?
Well, I don't know, sir. We spoke just a few moments ago on the phone, didn't we?
I want you to transmit Plan R for Robert, to the wing.
Is it that bad, sir?
It looks like it's pretty hairy.
Yes, sir. Plan R for Robertson.
Now last, and possibly most important, I want all privately owned radios to be immediately impounded.
Privately owned radios, I'm assuming on the base
Mm-hmm.
and not in the country.
Probably. The Death Star's under attack!
America's Strategic Air Command maintains a large force of B-52 bombers airborne 24 hours a day.
How do they eat in that, then?
They gotta have some type of MEs, MREs. Did I say plain Russian? Is that what I said?
No, it said Playboy.
Is that him? Was that James Earl Jones?
Oh, I didn't notice if it was or not. It might have been. Is he going to sleep? Well,
Looks that way.
that seems like a horrible
Wait,
idea.
should he be sleeping?
FGD 135.
Boy, that looks pretty tedious back then. Wing Attack Plan R.
I know you think this is crazy, but I just got a message from base over the CRM 114, and he called his wing attack plan R. R for Romeo.
Well, I've been to one World Fair, a picnic, and a rodeo, and that's the stupidest thing I ever heard come over a set of earphones.
That is him.
Oh, there's just gotta be something wrong. Wait a second, I'm coming back.
I also love how it's a top secret book that's being handled by everybody.
Right? Everybody looking at it? Like, they really are being thorough about this, aren't they?
Yeah. I am so bad with those kinds of locks that I've locked myself out of my locker so many times I've had to break it open.
Well, boys, I reckon this is it. Nuclear combat toe-to-toe with the Ruskies.
He retrieved this hat from the safe?
Yep.
This thing turns out to be half as important as I figured it just might be. I'd say that you're all in line for some important promotions and personal citations when this thing's over with.
Are they about to fly over Russia and drop a bomb?
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, yes, General Turgidson is here, but I'm afraid he can't come to the phone at the moment. Well, this is his secretary, Miss Scott. Freddie, how are you? Oh, we were just catching up on some of the General's paperwork.
Sure.
Apparently, they monitored a transmission about 8 minutes ago from Burpelson Air Force Base. It was directed to the 843rd Bomb Wing on airborne alert. It decoded as wing attack, plan R.
Wasn't that top secret?
Yep. She is very attractive.
Yes.
No hesitation! None!
What's it look like? Yeah.
I mean, there's no denying it.
I mean, yeah.
You sure it's plan R? What's cooking on the threat board? Nothing. Nothing at all?
Did that other guy just call this out?
You better give Elmo and Charlie a blast and bump everything up to condition red and stand by the blower. I'll get back to you.
Did that other guy just they give the command for Plan R with no reason to do it?
By the looks of it.
The enemy may come individually, or he may come in strength. He may even come in the uniform of our own troops.
Golly.
Anyone or anything that approaches within 200 yards of the perimeter is to be fired upon. If in doubt, shoot first and ask questions afterwards.
I wonder what indeed's happening.
Mandrake,
Yes, sir?
I thought I issued instructions for all radios on this base to be impounded.
Well, you did indeed, sir, and I was in the process of impounding this very wide when I happened to switch it on.
The officer exchange program does not give you any special...
Officer exchange program?
You see, if a Russian attack was in progress, we would certainly not be hearing civilian broadcasting.
Are you certain of that, Mandrake?
No, that's a bit positive, mind that, sir.
And what if it is true?
If a Russian attack was not in progress, then your use of Plan R, in fact, your order to the entire wing.
Yep. You're realizing that now.
General Ripper, sir. As an officer in Her Majesty's Air Force, it is my clear duty, under the present circumstances, to issue the recall code upon my own authority and bring back the wing. You'll excuse me, sir.
There's nothing anybody can do about this thing now. I'm the only person who knows the three-letter code group.
Then I must insist, sir, that you give them to me.
Oh.
There was no possibility of recalling the wing. There will be only one course of action open. Total commitment.
Okay.
I was under the impression that I was the only one in authority to order the use of nuclear weapons.
Yeah. That's weird.
The idea was for Plan R to be a sort of retaliatory safeguard.
A safeguard?
I admit the human element seems to have failed us here. However, we are plowing through every possible three-letter combination of the code. But since there are 17,000 permutations,
Jesus,
it's going to take us about 2.5 days to transmit them all. Asked General Ripper to confirm the fact that he had issued the go code, and he said, yes, gentlemen, they are on their way in, and no one can bring them back. So let's get going. There's no other choice. God willing, we will prevail in peace and freedom from fear, and in true health through the purity and essence of our natural fluids.
This man is obviously a psychotic.
Well, I'd like to hold off judgment on a thing like that, sir, until all the facts are in.
Really?
I wonder if the general that went rogue was just into a Russian lady.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite fair to condemn a whole program because of a single slip-up, sir. Well, look, baby, I can't talk to you now, but my president needs me. Of course, it isn't only physical. I deeply respect you as a human being. Don't forget to say your prayers.
I want them to enter the base, locate General Ripper, and put him in immediate telephone contact with me.
Yes, sir.
They're gonna get shot.
Mm-hmm.
That we would destroy 90% of their nuclear capabilities. We would therefore prevail and suffer only modest and acceptable civilian
Oh my
casualties.
god!
It is the avowed policy of our country never to strike first with nuclear weapons.
Well, Mr. President, I would say that General Ripper has already invalidated that policy. President, I'm not saying we wouldn't get our hair mussed, but I do say no more than 10 to 20 million killed, top.
General Turgison, I think I've heard quite sufficient from you. Thank you very much.
In all fairness, his Burnham way of thinking is right in this scenario.
Well, in this scenario,
Burnham, something like that.
Is that the Russian ambassador you're talking about?
Yes, it is, General.
Am I to understand the Russian ambassador is to be admitted entrance to the war room?
That is correct. He is here on my orders.
I don't know exactly how to put this, sir, but are you aware of what a serious breach of security that would be? I mean, you'll see everything. You'll see the big board.
Staines, get Premier Kissoff on the hotline.
kiss off.
Survival kit contents check. In them you'll find 145 caliber automatic,
An automatic?
one drug issue containing antibiotics, morphine, vitamin pills, pep pills, sleep,
Pet pills?
one miniature combination Russian phrase book and Bible, 3 lipsticks, 3 pair of nylon stockings. Shoot, a fella could have a pretty good weekend in Vegas with all that.
I will have poached eggs. And bring me some cigars, please. Havana cigars.
I thought Cuban cigars were illegal back then.
They're pretty good.
Thank you, no. I do not support the work of imperialist stooges.
Oh, only commie stooges, huh?
You're gonna let that lousy commie punk vomit all over us like that?
Did this movie come out in 62?
Yeah.
This is before the Cuban Missile Crisis, I think.
Wow.
Our premier is a man of the people, but he's also a man, if you follow my meaning. What did you say?
I said Premier Kissoff is a degenerate atheistic commie.
I like that he's hiding the book close to his chest. Are they fighting?
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
I know this one. I know that one.
Look at this, Mr. President. This lousy commie rat was taking pictures with this thing of the big board.
Mr. Ambassador. Mr. President, I think they're getting him on the line.
You can't fight in here. This is the war room. I've heard that before. Where did I hear that though? Oh, it was in a bridge series I used to watch that I seen it.
Gee, those trucks sure look like the real thing, don't they?
I wonder where they got them from.
Probably bought them from the army as war surplus.
What?
The army store surplus.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Old men.
I've done as you asked. Be careful, Mr. President. I think he is drunk.
Great.
Hello, Dimitri. Listen, I can't hear too well. Do you suppose you could turn the music down just a little? Fine, I can hear you now, Dimitri. Clear and plain and coming through fine. I'm coming through fine too, eh? Good, then. Well, now, what happened is, one of our base commanders, he had a sort of, well, he went a little funny in the head.
Imagine making this phone call.
I would not be able to. My social awkwardness would just be like, hit the red button,
Might as well get it done.
total war. I would avoid this phone call at all costs because I feel like I wouldn't be able to.
Well, listen, how do you think I feel about it? Can you imagine how I feel about it, Dimitri? Why do you think I'm calling you? Just to say hello? Of course I like to speak to you. Listen, I've been all over this with your ambassador. It is not a trick. I'd say that, we're just gonna have to help you destroy them, Dimitri. Where is that, Dimitri? In Omsk, right? Yes. Oh, you'll call them first, will you? Uh-huh. Listen, do you happen to have the phone number on you, Dimitri? I'm very sorry. All right, you're sorrier than I am. But I am sorry as well. I am as sorry as you are, Dimitri. Don't say that you're more sorry than I am, because I'm capable of being just as sorry.
What's happened?
The Doomsday Machine.
The Doomsday Machine? What is that?
A device which will destroy all human and animal life on Earth.
All human and animal.
It's some war going on at the base.
Have you ever seen a commie drink a glass of water? Vodka. That's what they drink, isn't it? Never water.
I believe that's what they drink, Jack, yes.
On no account will a commie ever drink water, and not without good reason.
What? What?
Water. That's what I'm getting at, water. Mandrake, water is the source of all life. 7/10 of this Earth's surface is water.
Oh my God! He was saying the Doomsday Machine on how they're gonna kill all
through water.
Through water, they're attacking the water. The Russians are attacking the water.
To replenish our precious bodily fluid.
That's why he said body fluid earlier?
Yeah! I thought he meant something way different.
Have you ever heard of a thing called fluoridation? Fluoridation of water?
What?
Yes, I have heard of it.
It's the Jersey Creek water.
Do you realize that fluoridation is the most monstrously conceived and dangerous communist plot we have ever had to face? You can play a dead game, soldier. That's nice shooting, soldier.
What's he gonna do?
Is that golf clubs?
It looks like golf clubs.
That's not a golf club. That is definitely not a golf club.
Come here.
You calling me, Jack?
Come over here and help me with this belt. Mandrake, in the name of Her Majesty and the Continental Congress, come here and feed me this belt, boy.
Jack, I'd love to come. But, what's happened? You see, the string in my leg's gone.
Mandrake, come over here. The redcoats are coming. Come on.
But surely you can disarm it somehow?
No, it is designed to explode if any attempt is ever made to untrigger it.
Automatically?
It's an obvious commie trick, Mr. President. We're wasting valuable time. Look at the big boy. They're getting ready to clobber us.
Dr. Strangelove, do we have anything like that in the works?
A moment, please, Mr. President.
Under the authority granted me as Director of Weapons Research,
Is he a Nazi?
I commissioned last year a study of this project by the Bland Corporation. Based on the findings of the report, this idea was not a practical deterrent for reasons which at this moment must be all too obvious.
Then you mean it is possible for them to have built such a thing?
Mr. President, the technology required is easily within the means of even the smallest nuclear power. Whole point of the doomsday machine is lost. If you keep it a secret, why didn't you tell the world, eh?
It was to be announced at the party congress on Monday. As you know, the Premier loves surprises.
AK-43 Piso's profession.
This is intense, this battle.
All this is the John Free States all over again.
Right. He's a homeboy shooting up place, you know.
Yep. Can you hold the barrel like that?
Well, he's the general. Of course he can.
No, but aren't you... Because the barrel gets hot, wouldn't you have to hold it with the...
He's a general, Julian.
A foreign substance is introduced into our precious bodily fluids.
Jack, listen, tell me, Jack, when did you first develop this theory?
I first became aware of it, Mandrake, during the physical act of love. A profound sense of fatigue, feeling of emptiness followed.
Makes you feel marvelous. That's what we need, Jack. Water on the back of the neck and the code. Now, supposing I play a little guessing game with you, Jack boy. I'll try and guess what the code is.
This is a problem.
DSO to Captain, I have an unidentified radar blip. Distance 60 miles.
Is that a missile? You just shot a missile at them?
Looks like a missile tracking us.
Yeah.
Missile still closing range.
Does that plane have the maneuverability?
I don't know. Maybe.
Range 1 mile. Missile detonated.
Transfer switches.
So I guess we're back in the air.
The radio is gone and we're leaking fuel. If we was flying any lower, why we need sleigh bells on this thing.
You know how low they're flying?
You know, for 15 minutes, this has been about an hour or two.
You want to know what I think?
Yes.
I think you're some kind of deviated prevert. I
Prevert?
think General Ripper found out about your preversion and that you were organizing some kind of mutiny of preverts. Now move!
That Coca-Cola machine. I want you to shoot the lock off it. There may be some change in there.
That's private property.
Imagine what is going to happen to you, your frame, outlook, way of life, and everything, when they learn that you have obstructed a telephone call to the President of the United States. Can you imagine? Shoot it off! Shoot with a gun! That's what the bullets are for, you twit!
But if you don't get the President of the United States on that phone, you know what's going to happen to you?
What?
You're going to have to answer to the Coca-Cola company.
I'm telling you right now, that's definite product placement.
This is SAC Communications Control. The recall code OPE is being acknowledged Roger by elements of the 843 bomb wing.
So they got most of the flights, except for that one.
And remaining fuel 8790.
I'm wondering if they do crash, will it set off the Doomsday Machine?
Oh, I don't know.
Dimitri, look, if this report is true and the plane manages to bomb the target, is this gonna set off the Doomsday Machine?
That's your question.
I guess you're just gonna have to get that plane, Dimitri. Put everything you've got into those two sectors and you can't miss.
I don't know. This cowboy pilot might get through it.
What's the nearest target opportunity?
Oh, wait. They're putting everything in Laputa. They're going to a different...
He can barrel that baby in so low. I mean, you ought to see it sometime. It's a sight. A big plane like a 52 room. It's jetting.
Yeah, but has he got a chance?
Has he got a chance? Hell, you...
Bomb fusing, master safety on, electronics, barometric, time, and impact.
Every time I look out that window, it's about to crash any minute now, you know?
Yeah.
Still negative function. The Teleflex drive cable must be sheared away.
Fire the explosive bolt.
How are they going to do it then?
This is some miracle that it's not happened.
I'm going down below and see what I can do.
Roger.
Dear John.
Hi there.
That might not be how you do it.
If they open the doors, wouldn't he fall with the bomb?
I mean, if that happens right now, yes.
Added transponder active.
Both side down, transponder active.
I'm having so much anxiety from this, I'm actually biting my nails.
Zero mode.
Pumping line back into zero mode.
I'm expecting the door open just right now, at any moment now.
Yeah,
you know?
Me too. I'm surprised he hasn't been shocked yet, though, as he's like working with it.
Yeah, really. And then they're so low.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that, if it drops now, wouldn't that hurt them?
Yeah. Yeah. They'd be dead.
They were not that high. Oh.
I called it!
Oh my god.
Is this how it ends? Is this how it ends? Everything goes to hell?
I don't know.
You mean people could actually stay down there for 100 years?
It would not be difficult, mein Führer. Greenhouses could maintain plant life. Animals could be bred and slaughtered.
Well, I would hate to have to decide who stays up and who goes down.
Of course, it would be absolutely vital that our top government and military men be included to foster and impart the required principles of leadership and tradition. But with the proper breathing techniques and
is he trying to do what the Nazis were trying to do?
He's trying to do eugenics.
And the prevailing motion will be one of nostalgia for those left behind, combined with a spirit of bold curiosity for the adventure ahead.
The worst part is all of what he's saying is just Hitler's dogmata.
Just saying.
To imagine that these new developments are going to cause any change in Soviet expansionist policy. I mean, we must be increasingly on the alert to prevent them from taking over other mine shaft space.
I have a plan. Mein Führer! I can walk!
What the heck? Oh my goodness. Dear Lord. Oh my goodness.
I'm about to cry.
You know, this is so frightening at the same time as much as we're laughing at this.
It's really beautiful, though.
Yeah, okay. So, is this a doomsday device just going off?
I guess.
Which was set off by the ambassador, maybe? Just now?
Mm-hmm.
Golly. What a movie. So, Julien. That was Dr. Strangelove.
I loved him.
He was the star of the movie.
Listen, he had some really great ideas that I think we need to bring back for a while. Just for a little while. I mean, you know, null off some of the population a little bit, just the ones that don't belong.
Yeah, you and Thanos think the same way, not the same way.
It'll bring a great GPD to America. We would have more jobs. We would have more national stability. Of course, there would be a necessary sacrifice.
Anyway, sir, thank God you're not part of the war room. No fighting in the war room, by the way. This movie has to be a commentary on nukes, period.
Oh, definitely.
You know, nukes, people in power.
Listen, if if this movie is not what they show as a precaution before hitting the red button, I don't know what is. I really don't.
Yeah, really that, and not to mention the safe fail mechanisms.
Yes.
Know, to make sure that things don't like this doesn't happen.
Yes.
You know, like the president is supposed to be the only one authorized to drop bombs. But wait a minute, there's a little clause here that says so forth. Maybe you can do this.
With that being said, about Attack Wing, it was Wing Attack R, right?
Wing Attack R.
Yes. Please support my 2042 national presidency.
What do you think about the acting was pretty good. The acting was good.
The acting was phenomenal.
It wasn't a comedy in the sense that you're gonna laugh every 5 seconds.
No, definitely not.
You know, it was subtle.
Mm-hmm.
When they came, it was subtle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but when it hit. Like you caught them. You caught the jokes when they did come across. So I thought that was pretty. That was pretty good. You know. Again, this came out in '62, right? Let me just double check here.
I'm pretty sure.
almost sure this is before the Cuban Missile Crisis, if I'm not mistaken, right? Or was that around the same time?
If that was, I wonder if this was what made Russia afraid of us.
Who knows what people get out of this movie? In terms of, you know, well, I'm sure I have people talk, even today. I mean, this is still a relevant topic for 64. Okay, that's 64. Let's put down Cuban Missile Crisis. So, and that was in 62. Okay, so it was 2 years after the Cuban Missile Crisis. Which, you know, it's... Thinking about it, it's like, it's too soon. Don't you think it's a little too soon about this joking around like this?
Yeah.
So it probably inspired the fact that the Cuban Missile Crisis just happened in 62. Though it was Russia. That 2 years later, this came out. I wonder... I don't know if this is adapted from a book or anything like that. I don't know if that's the case. If not, though... I can see why this would be a commentary about war, right?
Yeah.
We are in the dark. You and I, regular people, most regular people, are in the dark. We don't know what goes on
behind the scenes
in the locked door when something like this happens.
Yeah.
Like we don't know currently right now. Like right now, if there's a nuclear threat happening right now, we don't know that, and we wouldn't know that maybe till like months later.
Yeah.
You know, in case you weren't aware, back in August of 2022, there was, you know, a rogue missile shot down.
Yep.
You know, we wouldn't know that.
Kind of like the Hawaii missile crisis that happened.
Okay. But at the same time, the first guy, general, who set this all off, Jack Ripper. He could have been just like, it's not like he was just going off a random
psychotic trip,
QAnon theory.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like something like crazy like that, some type of and he wholeheartedly believed it. And people to this day still believe sometimes these conspiracy theories.
Yes,
of things like this, of who can be behind pressing that button.
Yes,
you know, so there's that commentary. You know, how safe are we? Is there a doomsday device that we don't even know about? For that matter, because the president didn't know.
I mean, in my opinion, I'm pretty sure there's a doomsday device. It's on the moon, and Dr. Evil has been asking for about $2 million since like 1984.
And then you have George C. Scott's character, where he's pro-military. Let's get this out there. We can do it. And I know there are people with that same mindset. Maybe not in the joking sense that he was in.
Yes.
But the fact that there's the thought of invincibility because of that we can do this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 20 million people is not that bad to kill. Mm-hmm. You know,
serve the greater good.
You know, that thought itself. And the president himself, he was coming off for pretty dumb. Right?
Yeah.
Like he was dumb, and it wasn't. The people around him had to tell him what to do, and even then, the people around him were not 100%.
Yeah.
You know. And then you have the fighting in the base, which is like, hey, this is happening.
Yeah.
So I do believe that there's definitely a lot that can be dissected from this movie and still to this day be relevant in what's happening today, what's happened then in the past, and the people's thoughts on the nuclear bomb.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Even the guy writing the nuclear bomb down, which was
Oppenheimer.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
That was funny in such a scene that the guy's like, woohoo!
Yeah.
Yeah. That was incredible. But this movie was indeed, again, as you can see, we recently reacted to Clockwork Orange. You can see the thumbprint of Stanley Kubrick.
Yes.
In a movie like this.
With the dark comedy.
And the dark side of things, and even the dark side bringing to light.
Yeah.
In such a crazy topic. Then you had like the
product
former
placement.
Nazi, who's this side of his body seemed to be 100% Nazi, and the other half not so much. It's possible, mein Führer. I was like, oh no.
You're probably gonna need to edit some of that out.
Oh
too.
my goodness.
Mein Kampf.
No idea.
He had his own Mein Kampf in his head, okay, and it was controlled by his right arm.
But definitely an amazing movie. I really did like this movie 100%. The story once again being a commentary and a funny movie at the same time. So well done, well executed, well acted, well written.
Yeah,
the acting. Again, do you think that was Darth Vader's first appearance?
Maybe. Possibly.
What's his name? Oh my God,
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones.
Which, if you're watching this, please send me your autograph.
Yeah, okay, sure.
On literally anything Star Wars or Lion King. I accept all favors. Thank you.
Well, anyway, guys, this was Dr. Strangelove. This was made back in 1964. This was we loved it. We liked it very much. It was very very interesting movie to watch all together and funny. Anyway, guys, if you like what we're doing, please hit the like button, the subscribe button, guys. You will see our reaction to this. If you'd like to watch our reaction to this movie unedited, you will find it on our Patreon for as little as $1 a month, along with a host of other movies and shows that we have available. We also have a merchandise store where you'll find the link in the description below. If you've seen this movie, did you see it back in the day? What you thought of this movie? Did you see it back when it came out? Especially if you lived through the Cuban Missile Crisis. What meaning does this movie had? Especially so impactful, so close to that time period,
Yeah.
We'd definitely like to know what you guys think, right? So please feel free to leave any comments down below. We appreciate you guys. Anyway, guys, we are R Nights. I'm Ray.
I'm Julian.
Guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you soon.
Peace.
Take care.